Hey, hi all. This is another tutorial in Master Cursor tutorial series. So in this tutorial, we'll quickly explain how you can use all of these features, which is Notepad, fast charts, how to do web searches using Cursor and how to actually add images and input. So you can use this input to design, your UI UX accordingly. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing that I'll go through is Notepad. So a lot of the time when I do coding, I usually create, I usually create a lot of documentation beforehand. So when you give AI a lot of documentation, it usually outputs a lot of clean, code. So what I do is typically, let's say if I plan to add a feature to a landing page, so I'll create a notepad for that specific feature, and then I'll just pass that notepad over here as a notepad instruction, which takes care of all the implementation with the LLM. What happens is I already have a track of all the features that I want to implement, and then let's say if I want to go back to that feature, I already have the notepad over there, which I can tweak it and then reshare it with LLM. So that's why I am able to easily organize a code base that is getting huge, or I'm able to maintain a lot of efficiency dealing with large code bases. So I'll quickly demonstrate on how we plan to use it in this tutorial. So let's go through it directly. So let's say I want to add so first let's ask Cursor right away, in the ask mode, list out all the functionality enhancements that I can do on landing page. List it out with brief explanation about each functionality in less than 20 words. Okay. All functionalities should improve the UI UX of the customer of the page. Okay, so let's just ask us and see what it outputs. So what we'll do is basically create a notepad and add all these instructions in the notepad. So I share it with LLM, which is Cursor, mainly 3.7 Sonnet, and then we try to implement it. So it says here's the list of potential functionality enhancement for your landing page. So scroll progress indicator, scroll to top, text navigation, dark mode toggle, lazy loading, loading skeleton and everything. Okay, so let us just do one thing, just copy all of this. Okay, and we'll only implement the ones that we want to implement. So let's copy all of this. Okay, I'll just copy all of this and I'll basically paste everything in the notepad. So my notepad title is gonna be landing page enhancements. Let's say UI UX enhancements. UI UX enhancements. Okay, and I'll just basically list everything up over here. So it's not formatted properly, but we can format it up properly. Let's say I only plan to add few items. Let's say this one. Actually, what you can do is basically, instead of this poor formatting, you can ask LLM format it to markdown, so you'll have cleaner output, and you can pretty much paste it up over here right away. Okay, there you go. And then we have this copy. Okay, let's paste it up over here. So everything is now properly formatted. I see everything clear to cut. Okay, so now what I will do is basically I'll plan to implement this feature. Now I already have the notepad. I'll give it as feature, which is, I usually go by this convention, which is feature, or let's say enhancements landing page. So this is how I usually organize my workflow. So I got a notepad over here. Let's implement the first item in. I pass the notepad over here and add a check when that's done. Okay, so it will try to start with this feature, which is scroll progress indicator, and it will just add a check when that's done. That's how I basically track features using this notepad thing. So this is how it added the check. Okay, this is done. Update the notepad. I'm not sure if it is going to update the notepad, but let us just check. We have given the notepad. Okay, I'll help you. So see, this is what it does. And would you like to implement another enhancement? Okay, accept all. Okay, this is done. So basically it did not update the notepad because maybe it's not the feature that we currently support, but you get the idea, right? How you're trying to keep up with things that you want to implement. So that is a good feature to have. Notepads, you can pretty much use it when required. Okay, so let's let's say, let's look at the feature set. Okay, I see scroll progress bar. I see the progress bar over here now, which is clean. That's good. Okay, let's also implement this one. Yeah, okay, this is good. Now what I will do is basically I want to do something on the image input. So if I go to Airbnb, I see the topmost section as quite different. Okay, I wanted to use this section to have the exact same look into my design as well. So I'll just copy a screenshot of it. I'll do is basically, this is the section that I want to bring up in my app. So I'll just take a screenshot. I'll just copy this. Okay, copy image. I'll go back to cursor, and what I'll do is I'll just paste the image as an input. So let's implement the search functionality exactly in our page app, which is landing page, exactly as shared in the image. Okay, this is simple input. Let's see if we are able to replicate this up using the image as an. So again, cursor is extremely powerful in recognizing the patterns with the images. So I'll help you create the functionality similar to Airbnb's design. We'll create the new search bar component first and then integrate it to our hero section. So that's how it tries to put everything. Now let's update the hero section component to include our new search bar. Okay, so basically it's trying to give everything, and then you have to, by the way, we are in the ask mode, so you have to click on apply to be able to add all the changes over here. So if you click on apply over here as well, this is for search bar. Okay, and now click on check, and then you also do the same for hero section as well. Okay, so this is done. Now let's see if this is actually got propagated. So if I go back, it did not change the layout, but let us check what exactly. Okay, it did change the layout over here, but I actually want to implement it on the header. So I actually want to implement. So let's shift to ask edit mode, because it's composer mode. We are not going agentic in this way. I actually want to add the search functionality to the header itself. Implement it step by step. So that's how we'll add the search functionality to the header. Let's see. Okay, I'll implement search functionality in the header step by step. First, let's create a new version of search component specifically for the header and then integrate it. Okay, so we are creating a new header search component, and then we are also updating the header component to include our header search component. Now let's see how we get. So at the end of every response, basically it gives you what hit what the cursor did. So I'll just click on accept all. Now let's go back. So if you see, the search functionality is over here. That is why you see, if you don't give enough context to LLMs, it will only pick up the things that you try to add up as a prompt. You have to be very specific to the prompting, because after all, it's AI can hallucinate a lot. So you got a sense of how exactly we are trying to work on images as an input, right? So and then we can also do one more thing, which is we can also reference web searches in the cursor directly. So if I want to search for find me latest information on, let's say, I web just type @, and then web. Okay, it will find the specific command, and then Bitcoin prices will actually try to do this. Okay, I'll just click on ask, because I don't want to edit anything. So I'm just here to demonstrate the web search functionality over here. So find the latest information on web Bitcoin prices. Okay, it will just go and check the pricing. It will just first try to search it out and then show up the pricing over here, which is another cool thing to have in cursor, because let's say if there is some documentation that is not known into the docs, and then you want to actually add it to the cursor, so you can use pretty much this new tool that is web browsing through cursor. Okay, so that was it on the video. Hope you like it. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.